going on, everyone? Gilman with Live Wealthy Stocks back with our daily Apple update video where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels to look out for moving into the future, and based on that, what the Apple stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out as I'm trying to grow the channel, and comment down below if you are in Apple or what your thoughts on Apple are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let's hit record and we will get right into it. Record. And then take a look at how Apple did compared to the market and what we see in the future. So Apple was down about 63 cents on the day, 0.51%. Compare that to the Nasdaq, it was up about 0.5%. The Dow Jones was down 183 points, which is 0.61%, and then the S&P 500 was also down about 0.5%. So Apple was kind of in line, in between the S&P and the Dow. It is a part of both indexes, right? So obviously, right, so the fact that it's kind of doing as good as them isn't that bad of a deal, I guess. If it was showing relative weakness, that's when I'd sort of have a problem with it, but it's kind of in line. So today was a relatively boring day for Apple, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Right out of the gate, we saw a little bit of a push to the 123s, low 123s, but for the other kind of first half of the day, what we had was up, down, kind of VWAP, down, above VWAP, below VWAP, above VWAP, below VWAP, right? So it wasn't really doing anything in either direction, up or down. And then the second half of the day, what we saw was a separation from the VWAP and it going down, and then not really even being able to come up to it. This 122.50 level acted as a sort of resistance point, as we see right there, and then all these times here that it wasn't able to break through, and then we kind of fell again into the closing at 121.78. So for a lot of the day, we were kind of in the high 122s, 123 level, and trading between these 2 points. But the second half of the day, we saw a decent sell-off happening, going from the 122s to 121s, about $1, not huge, but sell-off nonetheless. So let's take a look at the daily chart and what we see. As we know, right, there was this bull flag forming for a while that we were kind of monitoring here on my channel. If you've watched me for a while, we saw that breakout happen, which put us above this 121.50 level, and now we've kind of been going sideways once again. We did hit a high of 125s, but now we are flat / consolidating once again. So you guys know, if you watch my channel, that there are three levels that we're watching: 121.50, 119, 117, and then all the way down at 113. For levels that have historically been great levels of support or great levels of resistance if we're under it, as well as time where the stock takes a while to consolidate before kind of deciding what it wants to do. We were above that 121.50 level. We briefly broke below it in the past 2 trading days, but today we were up above it, and even with the red candle, we closed above it, which is something that I like to see in the stock. So let's take a look at now our moving averages and our indicators and see what they tell us. So the moving average, right, the first one comes down with the 20-day moving average at $120.14. and the 50-day moving average coming in at 117.92. Those two should be good levels of support if we fall to them. And then from an EMA perspective, what we see is the AEMA is right at the 122.17 level, which we broke below today. And then the 21 EMA, which we did visit in the past 2 trading days, not today, because today the 121.50 held up as good support. The 34 EMA, or the 21 EMA, excuse me, is at 120.50, and then the 34 EMA is at 119, which kind of aligns with our 119 line. 55 EMA is at 117.55, which aligns with our 117 line, and then the 89 EMA is at 113.92, which is not too far from our 113 line. So moving forward, right, what do we see in the stock? From a support level perspective, right, we've got this 121.50 line, as well as the AEMA once we can capture the AEMA, and the next point would be the 21 EMA at 120.50. From a resistance level, right, we set a high of 123.25. That's the next level that the stock needs to shoot for, and then 123 kind of 87, right? So 123.35, 123.87, and then 125.95, which takes us all the way back to the highest we've been since September, right? Crazy. where we set a high of 128 and then 137.98, which was all-time high for Apple. So moving into the future, I think it's really important that we validate this 121.50, or that we stay above this 121.50 level that has been validated, and then we can kind of hopefully make a push up. Now if we break below it like we have in the past 2 trading days, then I think that 21 EMA should be good support, but you know, like we've done in the past couple of days, I would like to see us closing above that 121.50 level, and that would be a great sign of support in my opinion. Of course, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, but you know, from what I see, we've been going sideways, did have that little push up but then kind of dying down again, so it might take a little bit longer to consolidate, kind of go up and down. I do think that, you know, again, I'm bullish on Apple, always have been. I have a lot of different kind of investments in Apple, whether that be vertical put spreads or options, or other options, excuse me, as well as stock. So I do think it's going to go up, but it has been relatively weak, as you could see. You know, from this high, we've been not, you know, even coming close to that in the past 3 trading days. So until that reverses, you know, I'm watching to see those support levels, but I do think that, you know, eventually we'll hit this 125 mark if we see that Christmas rally come through, or if we get some news of a stimulus coming out, then I definitely think that goes up. But I think other than that, earnings should be good for Apple, because it's the first time where we didn't see an iPhone coming in September. We saw it in October, which means it'll be included in the same quarter as holiday sales. And this being their first 5G iPhone, I think they're going to have a great cycle of upgrades as well. So that's what I see in the stock. You know, we'll kind of see if it goes up, you know, the levels we're watching for. If it goes down, you know, the levels we're watching for. I think the trend has been, it kind of pushes up a little and then kind of dies down for the second half of the day. But I'm, you know, closely monitoring to see if we can recapture this AEMA as we had on Friday, because I think that would be a great sign for the stock, and hopefully we push up from there. So that's all I've had for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like and subscribe to my channel. I try to do videos on Apple on a daily basis, as well as some other stocks as well, and comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are, and I would love to chat with you guys down there. It was a quick one today because we didn't have a lot of action going on, but you know, some days are long, some days are short, right? What can you do? So hope you guys are all having an amazing start to your week so far. Let me know if you guys you know, are trading Apple, or what your thoughts on Apple are, and I'd love to chat with you. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.